Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Falcons Franchise. We are here in week 2 of season 2 of our reign here as Falcons GM slash coach slash owner slash overseer. And yeah, so we lost in week 1. We're going to look to bounce back here in week 2 against the Bengals. And yeah, we're going to take this episode through a few weeks here in the regular season. So hoping we can get our first win, hoping we can get more than one win, maybe get some momentum going, and see if we're going to be like a team that's making a playoff push. So I'm here setting our regional scouting focuses. I know I said I was going to do corner for all of these guys, but I think I'm actually going to have Rondé Barber take a look at strong safeties. And the reason for that is there's a first round strong safety named Tremaine McAllister right here. He's the best player so far in the region, and he looks pretty good. He's got the build I like for safeties in Madden. I like a over 6 foot, kind of like 210 to like 225 weight style safety. His physicals are like great, and skills wise, we don't know a ton, but I would love to find out more about this guy. The A catching already piques my interest. And yeah, we really need a strong safety. We have 3 first round picks this year. If we only had one, I would hesitate to take a safety in the first round, but I really like the look of Tremaine McAllister here. The physical ratings really catch my eye, and I would love to find out more about him. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the strong safety out of Ohio State here. So he's going to be the first player that I'm like, ooh, I really, really want him in this class. Outside of that, though, everything else is going to be the same. So 2 corners, strong safety, and tight end. And then we'll pick either left or right tackle for the National Scout when it comes time to do that. I'm just not sure which I want to do right now. Alrighty, week 2 getting underway here in my hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio, going up against my favorite team, the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I'm going to try not to be super biased in this one. I love the Bengals. But yeah, I want to win. I'm able to separate my real life fandom from Madden. But it's going to be a tough Bengals team to beat. Their offense and defense are both pretty solid, and we're still pretty shaky. So we'll see if we can get it done. Joe Burrow and the Bengals coming out here on offense. Looks like he had a pretty good first week of the year. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Completion percentage looking nice. I'm going to come out in a zone blitz here. I'm going to take the middle of the field with Anderson. I'm expecting a run. Yeah, that's what it's going to be, but we shut that down pretty quickly. 2nd and 10 here for the Bengals. Maybe Grady Jarrett. We're going to go with a man look here. Try to attack the center. That's going to be complete to Tyler Boyd over the middle. Looks like Terrell was in coverage there. It's going to be a first down for the Bengals. Gain of 16 for Boyd. 1st and 10. We're going to try the zone blitz again. See if that can work in our favor. And that is nearly intercepted by Richie Grant. I really bit with Troy Anderson on the blitz, and we forced an early throw. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 as Burrow is able to complete it to Rob Gronkowski over the middle. That's something that was rumored before Gronk retired. He was talking about how much he would want to play for the Bengals. Sorry I couldn't see it happen, but it's cool to see it happen here in Madden. I feel like the Bengals really need a good tight end. Like Uzama was good. I'm really hoping that they can figure that out in the future. Chase is going to get a nice catch. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to take that all the way to the house. That was the most Jamar Chase play I think I've ever seen. That's what he does in real life all the time. He just catches it. He'll be surrounded by like 5 dudes. It'll be like sure, like everyone's gonna be like, oh, for sure, this dude's about to go down right here. He'll figure out some way to like worm out of it and get into the end zone. All right, so Malik Willis and the Falcons looking to answer. Willis is also looking to bounce back from a not so great week 1 performance against the Steelers. See what he can do here on the road in Cincinnati. See if he can figure it out any more than he did last week. He was fine in like spurts, but overall not a good performance. 2 interceptions. They were pretty brutal. We're going to go with play action here on first down. I thought that there was no one there. Doesn't matter. Kyle Pitts is able to come back to the ball. Very wild first play of the game, I will say that. Pitts is so big, I couldn't even see that there was a defensive back there. But luckily, the ball was in a place where only he could get it and use that big frame to kind of fight off whoever that corner is. And we're going to see if we can use that big frame again here on the sweep. So we're going to put him in motion. Give him the ball. Yeah, the sweep play with Kyle Pitts has been pretty nice every time we've done it. I like running that play. So after the sweep, we're going to come out in like a 3 tight end look, although I really don't like this all that much. We're going to give it to Kenneth Walker. He's going to break a 7-yard gain. That might be the longest run of his career. Didn't really see anybody open. Tried to get it to the running back at the last second, just didn't really work out. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. They're kind of spread out. The box looks pretty open. We'll try a run with Walker here. He breaks a tackle and is able to actually fight forward, pick up 6 yards. It's a nice strong run from the rookie running back Kenneth Walker, as the Bengals are going to come out showing a blitz here. I'm going to run the original play just in case it isn't, and it's not. So we're going to hit Treylon Burks. That is going to be his first catch in the NFL as a Falcon. He was injured last week and did not play in the Week 1 game, but he made the trip to Cincinnati and also just made his first catch for 6 yards and a first down. That's going to give us another first down. We'll run this play, sure. Willis looking. And did Pitts hold on to that? He did. I thought he was going to be wide open. One of the defenders broke with him at the last second and made that much more of a contested catch than it looked like it was going to be. So we got to snap the ball here. I'm going to go to play action. That is no good. I thought I was going to be able to roll out, but it looks like Trey Hendrickson got off the edge there, kind of took that place of the field away from me. 2nd and 10, we're coming out double slants. I actually want to do verticals here because I see the press coverage. I think I can get the ball to Gage if he's able to break off of that, which he can't. I'm just going to give it to Kenneth Walker. It's batted at the line, finds Walker's hand somehow, and he's able to catch it and run forward for a first down. Okay. Exactly like we drew it up. We saw another play like that last week in the Steelers game, except it was the Steelers doing it, not us. So it's good to get revenge as we give the ball to Mike Davis. I thought that was going to be a touchdown. I saw a great block in there from it looked like Jalen Mayfield. We're going to go for the run again here, and we're going to get it with Kenneth Walker. So that's his 2nd touchdown as a Falcon, and he chucks that ball into the end zone. For your first one, you try to keep it. Second one, why not? Just toss it. But yeah, he dives across the goal line. He's good in the short yardage situations. Even though he's not our power back, he's been able to find the end zone when we're inside the 5, which is what you like to see. Okay, so I just missed the extra point with Younghoe Koo. I just completely shanked it. So it's going to be 6-7 here. All right, 2nd quarter, Bengals march down the field. They score. We punt it, but it looks like Trayvon Young gets an interception that leads to points. So at halftime, it's still 13-10 Atlanta. We're going to sim through the 3rd quarter as Bengals score right off the bat. We answer back, make it 20-17. We'll do a change of possession here, and we score. But we score again, and we score again And there's under 2 minutes left, and we're going to win this one 38-24 in Cincinnati. So we had a huge second half despite some early struggles, and we're able to get the win on the road here in the jungle. So Malik Willis goes 19 for 26. He threw a touchdown and an interception. Much, much better game from Willis here compared to last week. Rushing, Kenneth Walker is kind of having a bit of a boost. Still would like him to be a little bit better, but he's trending upward. Mike Davis got quite a few carries in this one, and Willis rushed for a touchdown too. So we had 3 rushing touchdowns, one courtesy of the quarterback Malik Willis. Joe Mixon didn't really do much. We were able to shut him down. We actually had another rushing touchdown from McKinnon too. So we had a good overall run game. No one was just individually that great. Tyler Boyd. Wow. Tyler Boyd had a good game. Pitts, looks like he was injured. He was 6 for 76. It's pretty good. Worried about the injury though. Gage caught the touchdown, it looks like. He was 3 for 43. Fulgham with a good game. Burks was also injured. Wow, we had a lot of injuries. I hope none of these are super serious. Treylon Burks is looking pretty injury prone early into his career. He missed the first week, came in the second week, got injured again. So that is a little concerning. Blocks wise, sack for Jake Matthews. I'll take that. Our line has been really good this year. 6 tackles for Terrell leads the team. TFLs for Houston and Jones. Sheffield and Jones combined for a sack. We got picks for Tavon Young and AJ Terrell. Deflections, 3 for Luakun, and a couple for other members of the team. We also had a forced fumble and fumble recovery from Terrell, so game ball for this one probably should go to AJ Terrell. He forced 2 turnovers. We will definitely take that. Blocks, none. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, none. I want to see if the Bengals got a defensive touchdown. They didn't. Wow, it looked like they did. Okay, so that's going to do it for this one. Okay, yikes. Kyle Pitts broke his toe. So we are going to be without Kyle Pitts for 4 weeks, basically, this week plus 4 more. So that's kind of a bummer. He's our best player, so having to go without your best player for even 1 week is less than ideal. So that's a bummer. In the absence of Kyle Pitts, we're going to have Jalen Reagor step in to be the slot receiver. Him and Willis had good chemistry in week 1, so happy to slot him in here and take those reps in the slot while Kyle Pitts is injured. All right, it's mock draft time, and I'm excited to look at the mock drafts this year because we have 3 first-round picks, so a lot of chances to get some great talent. As we'll see, the Lions are currently projected to have 2 picks in the top 5. That would be pretty crazy. We're not in the range where we can get Tremaine McAllister, who is, again, a prospect I'm really interested in, hoping that one of our picks is able to fall to a place where we can get him, because he would be really cool. Where does it have us at the moment? So it looks like we would have back-to-back picks here. Morgan Childress, a corner, which is a position of need. Don't love his speed. And I don't love his D play rec. He's not, so far from what I've seen, not really loving Morgan Childress out of Wisconsin. Also has us taking Ramon Valdez. Again, strong safety is a position of need. 5'11" is a little bit short for like this type of strong safety I'm looking for, but I could potentially get behind it. I like his physical ratings. Skills that we know about. He's got B finesse moves. That's kind of interesting. C tackle. He has an F for injury, so that's kind of a red flag for me. And our final pick is looking like it's going to be Daryl Marshall. Do we like him any more than the other corner? He's 6 foot. I like his build. He's got elite speed. That's a plus. And zone is a C. Injury is a C. We don't really know a ton. But of the 3 players we've looked at, I kind of like him the most. Is there anyone in like this middle range that interests me? Tight end, Jason Bowden. He's got A catching. This could be a guy. This could be a guy. Wow, okay. This could be a guy for us. Okay, so this is, I like Jason Bowden a lot. I would consider focus scouting him. I like that a lot. Rob Bryan. Rob Bryan. Whoa, two really cool tight ends here in like the mid first round. Everything is great to elite in terms of the ratings there. B catch and traffic, B break tackle. These aren't super like important skills. Catch and traffic is. So definitely like the look of Rob Bryan and Jason Bowden a lot. Let's take a look at some of these tackles too that are like after our pick at the moment. So Manny Sharpton out of Texas A&M. He looks really good too. Wow. Yeah, Manny Sharpton. Definitely like the look of Manny Sharpton. Paul Way out of Oklahoma State looks pretty good. I definitely like Manny Sharpton better, but he looks like he could be solid. And yeah, those are all the guys I'm going to look at for now, but not really liking some of the secondary players that we're going to have available, but I'm really liking some of these tackles and tight ends. There are definitely some interesting players here in the first round. All right, we are going to be taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals here at home in week 3. Really looking to beat them. They're going to be a tough team, though. Murray is a tricky quarterback to defend, and on top of that, their defense looks like it's been pretty stellar thus far this year. They lead the league in sacks, and they have a great pass rush unit. They kept Chandler Jones, unlike in real life, so the Jones-Watt kind of like rushing tandem is still intact. So they're going to be tough is the bottom line, but I'm hoping we can get a hard-nosed win here in front of the home fans. It's going to be 22-3, and we are not going to be winning this game. Kind of a blowout here at home. We knew this was going to be a tough one going into it. You hate to lose by 19 points. I'm assuming that their defense was just a little too overwhelming for us, and Willis faced pressure. He wasn't able to get good throws off. He got sacked a few times, and we just weren't really able to get anything going there. Yeah, not a very good game from Malik Willis. Terrible completion percentage. Didn't break 200 yards. Murray wasn't too good either, but he was at least able to do a little bit more than Willis. James Conner had a pretty good game. So did Murray. Murray outran Kenneth Walker, he's heating up. He didn't get that many attempts in this game, but I like what he got in that limited sample size. Christian Kirk, holy cow. Hopkins was good too. Russell Gage is our top receiver. We didn't really have a lot of top receivers though. Treylon Burks, 2 catches for 19 yards. Yeah, this was really the Russell Gage show. It's clear that we're missing Kyle Pitts. He's like our primary pass catcher, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully that's not the theme of Kyle Pitts' absence. And I also hope 4 sacks in a game for Caleb McGarry is not a theme. It's a contract year for him, so you hate to see him messing up like that. This makes me really want to go after a tackle in the draft. 13 tackles for the rookie Troy Anderson. That's really cool. He also had 2 for loss, a couple other for loss on the line. Sacks, we had 4 of them. Kayvon Thibodeau got in there, so did Linval Joseph, Grady Jarrett. Cool to see. The pick for Terrell, we saw that. That was nice. Deflections for Grant and Marlon Davidson. Did we force a fumble? No. Block? No. Safety? No. And no touchdowns. Going up against the Rams here in sunny Southern California, here at SoFi Stadium. Say that 5 times fast. And yeah, they're 0-3. We're 1-2. So we would love to beat the slumping Rams right now and even out our record to be at 500. It's a big road game for us. Our one win this year, I guess, has been on the road. We've lost 2 home games, 1 a road game. So maybe we're road dogs. I don't know. Alrighty, Malik Willis and the Falcons coming back out. Willis is coming off another stinker. He has not been hot so far this year. Completion percentage is at about 50, but it's really, that number makes it look better than it's been. And of course, you saw picks are high, touchdowns are low, yards are in a good spot, but we're just looking for him to kind of make that next step for us. Might not happen this year because he is a rookie quarterback, but we get a good gain there. There's going to be a flag. It's going to come back. We'll redo first down because of the holding call. I'm beginning to accept kind of the reality that Willis may not be fantastic for us this year, as he's going to throw a bomb to Treylon Burks, rookie to rookie, with the connection. Just as I was starting to doubt Malik Willis, he pulls that out of his back pocket. It's a 44-yard completion to the wide receiver out of Arkansas. Good job of planting his feet, finding the open man. He beat Ramsey by a mile and made a nice catch on the sideline. So yeah, maybe I'm being a hater. We'll see. We'll keep it going through the air because I really liked what I saw there. This looks like it's going to be a zone. And yeah, I'm right. They drop back. We're going to run with Willis. Just get down and slide. Good heads-up play there. Didn't like anything immediately, so I just took off. We're going to try to pass it again. This play has worked pretty well for us in the past. This Walker is pretty open. We're going to hit him. He cuts back inside, makes the safety miss, picks up a few more yards, and just like that, Willis is 2 for 2 for 60 yards as we are marching down the field. Considering doing this toss play, don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but I don't really want to switch, so we'll just do it. It's actually not a toss, it's a stretch. Mike Davis with a nice athletic move. You rarely see him do that. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Drive is going very well so far. We're actually going to audible. We've got Walker out wide. We're going to bring him back into the backfield, give him the ball, pick up the first on a little bit of misdirection with the audible there. It's going to be 1st and goal. I'm going to do the play action look here. And we're going to hit Devin Asiasi in the end zone for a touchdown. Was going to try to run it, but saw him get pretty open on the boundary line there. And he makes a heads-up play, gets both feet in bounds. And yeah, he was wide open. We're going to get the touchdown here to start the game. Rams coming out on 2nd and 3 following a run from Cam Akers here. So we're going to try to get after Stafford, but he's going to find Van Jefferson, who's going to rip it heading towards the sideline. Huge gain by the Rams offense there. Kendall Sheffield couldn't make the tackle right after the catch, and that led to a massive gain. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams inside of the red zone here. I'll be Troy Anderson, try to pick up the middle of the field. As they're going to dump it off to Higbee, he's going to try to run over Sheffield. Kind of does. Sheffield ends up making the tackle though. So 1st and goal from the 5. I'll be Richie Grant for now. It's going to be a run. We can't quite get there, and the Rams are going to tie the game. Both offenses with some pretty quick drives here, leading to points. Akers is going to do a suggestive dance for the Los Angeles crowd here. And yeah, it's going to be 7-7 pending the extra point. Simming through the rest of the first quarter, looks like we're going to get down the field. We're not going to score. Rams are going to punt it. Then they're going to score off of what looks like a turnover. We're going to turn it over again, and they're going to score. Rams end the first half with a touchdown, so it's going to be 28-7 at halftime. Willis is getting cooked out there. We'll see if he can get anything going, as it's going to remain 28-7 going into the fourth quarter. And Rams score again. It looks like another turnover, huge interception for Reuben Foster. We're able to score towards the end of the game, but it's going to end up being 31-15 Rams. Looks like we aren't road dogs as we come into the SoFi Arena here in Los Angeles and lose. That's really bad. Stafford was fine. The completion percentage is nice, 2 touchdowns is nice, but you can't throw 4 picks, man. This is the best game we've seen from Kenneth Walker, although I wish he was getting a few more touches per game. Cam Akers had a good game, 2 touchdowns. Treylon Burks had somewhat of a breakout game, 8 for 123. Gage, 5 for 88. That's also nice. Robert Woods had 2 touchdowns. Croft got a touchdown. No one really down here worth mentioning except for Devin Asi with his touchdown. 2 sacks from Matt Hennessy, 1 for Mike Davis, 1 for Mayfield. So our line is looking a little bit weaker this year, definitely giving up more sacks. Kendall Sheffield with 11 tackles. Bunch of TFLs, 2 for Drake Jackson, 2 for Deion Jones, 2 for Thibodeau, and then 1 for a few more players. Jared and Jones combined for a sack, no picks, a couple of deflections, no forced fumbles, blocks, safeties, or touchdowns. All right, first divisional game of the season here at Raymond James Stadium against the Buccaneers. They are 2-2. We're 1-3. So things are still tight in the NFC South right now. This is going to be a big game to kind of start to sway the scales a little bit in terms of who's looking like they're going to win, who's looking like they're going to be a wild card team, so on and so forth. So this is probably one of the most important games, if not the most important game we've played so far this year. So I'd really like to come out of Tampa with a win this week. There is Tom Brady in his 900th NFL season, and he is still looking phenomenal. Oh my God, he's going to destroy us, isn't he? Oh, Jesus. He's got to be like 57 at this point, and he's just going to cook us. Coming out in the 3-4 here on first down, I'll be Drake Jackson. Get Jackson some action as he is going to get right around that blocker, wrap up Fournette in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the first play of the game for the Bucs. We'll come out showing the double A-gap blitz, and I think that's what we're going to do. And they somehow block everybody. Fournette is able to fall forward, pick up 8 yards, it looks like, on that one. It's going to be 3rd and 5. They're going to come out with 4 wide receivers. We'll show that same blitz again. Never mind, I hate this. Come out in press coverage. And Mike Evans is going to make a fool of whoever that was. Can anyone catch him? No. Oh no. This is not going to be a good game for us. Mike Evans just torched one of our corners. I don't know who it was. It wasn't AJ Terrell. It was either Taven Young or Kendall Sheffield. But a very, very quick 6 points from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. As yeah, that was Kendall Sheffield. Tried to make a play on the ball, hit the turf, couldn't come up with it. Easy touchdown for Mike Zilla there. All right, so Malik Willis coming out after the extra point from the Buccaneers. He has thrown 8 interceptions in 4 games, which, you know, that's certainly less than ideal. But we're going to look to turn things around with him. I like this play. See what Kenneth Walker can do with a Texas route. I don't think we've done that yet. He is going up against Levante David. That's going to make things difficult. And do you know what else makes things difficult? Malik Willis fumbling the ball on a sack, giving it right to the Buccaneers. They walk in for an easy touchdown. And a minute and a half into this game, they're up 13 points. So we really shot ourselves in the foot with that quick touchdown at the beginning of the game and then the defensive touchdown. That really sealed it. Best game of Malik Willis's career so far this year, I will say that. No picks, 3 touchdowns, 74% completion, 324 yards. It just sucks that it had to happen against Tom Brady and the Bucs. Tom Brady was phenomenal. He murdered us in this game. Kenneth Walker was fine. Still waiting for him to kind of get cooking here. Kyron Williams, rookie out of Notre Dame, did pretty well for Tampa. Chris Godwin went nuclear. So did Mike Evans. Jalen Reagor was really good in this one. Russell Gage was also really good. Croft had a good game. Burks only had one catch. He was injured again. He is so injury prone. Oh my god. It looks like Caleb McGarry is like cementing. He's just like, hey, do not give me a contract extension because he is giving up multiple sacks a game. That's a huge weak link for us on the offensive line. Terrell led the way in tackles, TFLs. Sheffield got 2. That's weird. Deion Jones with 2 sacks, only 1 for Grady Jarrett. We did not get a pick. We got 1 deflection. Forced fumble for Thibodeau. No one recovered. And we got none of anything else. Final game of the video here, going up against the Baltimore Ravens here at M&T Bank Stadium. Look at those stats from Lamar Jackson. He is having a huge year. He's blowing it up, just like that image in the background. You love to see nice clean graphics like that. They're coming out with 3 wide receivers. We'll go Tampa 2 to start out. Lamar's a really hard quarterback to defend in this game, as he's going to miss his target there. That looked like Marquise Brown, still a Raven in this universe. Bringing up a 2nd and 10 here for Baltimore. And yeah, I think man coverage is going to be the move. I'm going to be a Luakun and just be kind of like a QB spy here, as Dobbins is going to go nowhere. He's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. We're going to show blitz, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to drop into a nice zone here. As Thibodeau is chasing Jackson, he's going to force him into the hands of Terrell, and it's going to be a quick 3 and out here for Baltimore. 4th and 11, no doubt they're going to punt it. So here comes Malik Willis. I would love to see the Malik Willis from last week show up to Baltimore today. He was finally looking strong. 3 touchdowns, no picks, over 300 yards. That is what I would love to see. Don't know if he's going to be able to do that on a regular basis. I'm going to come out on 1st down. I think I'm going to give the ball to Walker. We have to get Treylon Burks receiving yards, so I'm actually going to call a slant because I want to get him involved early. It looks like he's going to be open, but he's overthrown by Willis. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. We'll go with this play. I like this play. Who's going to get open? Burks? No, that's going to be batted down there. Willis is a quick 0 for 2. This drive is not off to a fantastic start. So we're going to have to get creative if we want to pick up the yards here on 3rd down. Willis, I'm going to dump it to Walker. Can Walker get there? He can. So on the check down, we're able to pick up the 1st. Okay, they're doing something weird. There is nobody covering Treylon Burks right now. We're going to dump it to him in the flat, and that's not going to really work in our favor as Marlon Humphrey breaks up the pass there. Going to look to run the bench play on 2nd down. Marlon Humphrey again goes to make the play. This time, though, it is going to go for a short gain. I did not call a no huddle. I don't know why we just no huddled, but I'll take it. As Rieger cannot hold on to the ball, he gets mauled by Humphrey in the air. They want us to kick a 60-yard field goal. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to punt. Going through the rest of the 1st quarter, we get on the board first, 7-0. We get a little touchdown right at the end of the 1st. 2nd quarter, rolling on. Forgot that the Ravens have Odell. We score again. It's going to be 14-0 here. I'm going to go through the 3rd quarter. We score again. We're shutting them out. It's 21-0. They finally get a touchdown, making it 21-7. See how this 4th quarter shakes out. We get a field goal. They give us the ball right back. We give it back to them. Interception for Terrell leads to a touchdown. And yeah, it looks like we're going to march home with this victory here. 31-7 win over the Baltimore Ravens. Great game. AJ Terrell had a pick. That was pretty huge. But it looks like we're finally finding a little bit of momentum here, a little bit of a stride at this point in the year. I hope that Malik Willis had a good game. And yeah, it looks like he did. We got the Malik Willis of last week, just like we wanted in this one. 3 touchdowns, under 300 yards, but 60% completion. I will take that. Kenneth Walker finally showed up. He had his best game of the year in terms of yards per carry. Mike Davis also got a few reps in. He got a touchdown. Russell Gage went 7 for 99 with 2 touchdowns. You love to see it. Burks did not quite get 100 yards. He fell short of that considerably, but he did get a touchdown. Croft, 5 catches, 48 yards. Fulgham was good in limited attempts. Blocking, 2 sacks for Jake Matthews, 1 for Caleb McGarry. Terrell had 8 tackles, 2 for loss for Justin Houston, a few more there. 2.5 sacks for Kayvon Thibodeau. He is looking great so far this year. Deion Jones also gets a sack. Terrell combines for one with Thibodeau. Terrell also had the game's only interception. He took that back for 20. And we got a forced fumble from Jarrett. No one recovered. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. So we just found out that Kayvon Thibodeau has superstar development. He's looking great. He is an 81, 82 with morale right now. He's still the 16th best right end in the league. You can see his attributes right here. But yeah, he's had a very strong start to the year, and the superstar development is awesome to see because that just means he's going to be pretty good for us long term. Malik Willis also has an upgrade. Do we know his dev trait yet? And we are super close, but we don't know what he is quite yet. So that's going to do it for this episode of Falcons Franchise. Didn't quite have the start to the season that we were hoping to have, but I feel like in these last 2 games, Malik Willis is finally getting into his groove. He's been looking really solid, both against the Bucs and the Ravens. Hoping he can continue that streak and carry that into Week 7 against the Panthers here and bring it kind of throughout the season. But yeah, so that's going to do it for us. Keep it locked for the next 2 episodes. We got the trade deadline coming up. Sure, there's going to be some crazy moves around the league. I like what we're bringing to the table. I think we're going to be able to finish strong this year, definitely better than last year. And if we look at the NFC South, I mean, it's pretty close. We could be a playoff team this year. So yeah, keep it locked here, and thanks for watching Falcons Franchise.